Hi Lunchables, so I just want to preface this video with the fact that I'm not in a good mood. I watched about 20 minutes of Foodie's video and I'm done. She is just a fucking joke at this point, let's be honest. There's no way I'm watching it without like watching it cut down or watching it with Frenchie there to just make it bearable. Anyways, so I saw that Amberlynn had posted. It wasn't a stupidly long video. Obviously, I've watched it because I've recorded it. And, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not interesting. I will make it as interesting as possible. Does my commentary make it more interesting? Probably not. But I just need you to know that I'm here with you all. And this is tedious. So I feel like if we support each other, we'll be able to get through it. Here we go.
Hey guys, so I feel like it's super important that I share this because I'm sharing all of my journey to get weight loss surgery, and I don't know why, but I just have this overwhelming fear because it's like, I am getting weight loss surgery. I am going to do anything I can and everything I can to have it happen.
Are you though? Because we've seen many times before where your diets have been going brilliantly and you just decide for whatever reason that you're not going to do them. So I hope this actually sticks.
But like, I'm scared, and it's like last time, you know, I had surgery, and the only time I've had surgery was because I had cancer. I had a hysterectomy, and it was scary, and it was terrifying. And the anesthesia made my face swell a lot. I think I had a really bad allergic reaction. I don't know. They didn't really say anything about it.
So you didn't have an allergic reaction because, funnily enough, if you did, that's probably something that would let you know quite quickly, considering you were wanting to some point have weight loss surgery in the future. Fair enough, you might not have mentioned it, but it's something that would have been important for you. Also, you could have just asked them actually and just said, you know, my face has swollen up a bit. I'm a bit worried that I've got or I've had a reaction to the anaesthetic, but you didn't. What I'd more be focusing on would probably be the fact that they just removed cancer from my body, and hopefully I am now cancer free. I understand you wouldn't find it out for a couple of months because they had to do tests, but focusing on your face swelling, it just, yeah, I don't get that.
They actually said the surgery went amazing, but like, I'm having a little anxiety right now. I know it's not gonna happen for a while. Like, there's a lot of things I still have to do, but like, just knowing that it is going to happen, it's just bringing up a lot of like past memories with like when I had my hysterectomy, and you know, things can happen during surgery that are really scary, and that's just me being realistic, not even pessimistic at all. Like, I've been so optimistic about this whole experience, but when you start looking at like the reality of things, and it's a little scary and it's a little daunting, and I do have like a little bit of a fear, and I just had a little bit of an anxiety attack. It was a mini one. I don't know. I just I'm anxious. And
When aren't you?
I am impatient because I just want this to get over with. I wish that more than anything I could just snap my fingers and it's like 3 months after surgery, you know? Because I feel like 3 months after surgery, like, that'll be a really good spot. You know, I'm like healed, you know, I'm off the liquid diet, I'm getting into the swing of things. I just have a little bit of fears, and that's okay, and that's normal. Like, if you're getting weight loss surgery or it's something you're thinking of or whatever it may be, if you're scared, just know that it's normal, you know?
Of course she wants to be 3 months past, because then that's all the difficult stuff done. As always with Amberlynn, she doesn't want to have to put any work in to get where she wants to be. She wants it to just happen, and if any tiny little problem gets in the way, then she will stop. So you on a 3-month liquid diet is going to be top tier viewing. I know that sounds harsh. I don't want her to fail. I just think it's very frustrating to see how easy this is going to be. Obviously, surgery is not going to be a nice experience, but it just seems like, as usual, she's not understanding how much worse her life could be if this wasn't happening.
And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because obviously when people get surgery, it's to save their life. But it's like, last time I had surgery was because I was saving my life, and they took cancer out of my body.
Right, so I feel this will be a good time to interject because I understand I'm probably being a bit mean, and I don't like to be mean. I only remember Amber very briefly from the like diet fails videos that I'm sure that a lot of people have seen, the compilations. But when I started watching her properly, it was literally in lockdown. And one of the first videos I saw was her telling us that she had cancer.
Hello. Um, so I've told the people who matter and who I know in real life, but I just wanted to update you guys. I've been having panic attacks. Oh god. So I got my results back, and I do have cancer. I have womb cancer, and that was uterine cancer, and I know it's my fault because I'm sorry guys, because I didn't see someone. I knew there's been a problem for so long.
Up until this point, Amber for me had just been a channel that I watched when I needed motivation, when I needed something easy to watch. So yeah, this video broke me completely. I felt so bad for her, and she was just utterly like beaten. She just was at her lowest, and I could see how much she regretted kind of what she'd been doing in the past, how she lived in the past, etc. And for me, this seemed like it was going to be a new start. She'd obviously, I mean, the cancer isn't necessarily due to being overweight, but kind of getting a new lease on life. You would expect someone to maybe look after themselves a bit better so that that sort of situation doesn't happen again. And it didn't. And in all honesty, I think that's why people get so frustrated with her. People that have kind of watched her for a few years, they get so frustrated with how she acts and how little effort she puts in because of how low she was and how bad it could have been. Yet she's gone back to the life that she was living before that diagnosis.
And this time, like, it'll be again to save my life, to prolong my life. And it's like, why did it take me so long to get to the point where I cared this much? Why did it take so long? It just took too long. And it's like, I keep going back to the past. Like, you know, I like to watch old videos of mine, and it's like, I don't think I've ever seen myself this passionate over weight loss and how bad I want to live.
How bad you want weight loss in this particular moment, because as we all know, give you a couple of days of not eating everything that you want, your mind soon changes and you'll soon think of an excuse to get out of it. So as much as I try to feel compassion for you, I just can't at this point.
No matter how hard this is and how many times I have to say no to bad foods and to overeating and to triggers, no matter how many times I have to say no to those things, it's all worth it.
I genuinely hope to God that this is the time you stick to it, and this is the time you get to the point where you can start losing weight and maintain it. And I was reading the comments on this video and I can see so many people are behind you. I can't help but think these might be people that haven't watched you for very long, but motivation is always nice to see in the comments. Yeah, just don't let yourself down.
Like, I'm not perfect by no means. Like, I'm not just over here like being the most perfect. There has been one time where I didn't say no, and that happens. That's also realistic. But the changes I've made in the last few weeks, it just takes one day. It just literally takes one day for you to just be like, I'm fucking done. I'm done killing myself, because that's what I've been doing.
I can't imagine how people who've been watching you for the last 5 years or more feel about what you're saying, because they've heard it so many times that it's really, really hard to believe it. And I think a lot of us know that you're very good at lying. Good intentions, unfortunately, don't get you anywhere without results, and you're not good at getting results.
And I just regret more than anything it having to get to this point. If I could go back and talk to myself when I was 13.
So at this part, she started losing me even more because she started telling us about her childhood again and how she wished she'd given that for her childhood. So it is sped up. So hopefully you can still understand it, but we've all heard it, yada, yada, yada.
That 13-year-old, she needs love, and she needs compassion, and she needs people to love her. She just didn't have that. She didn't. And things just started spiraling when I was a teenager, you know? I reached 420 pounds when I was 16, and that was, like, not surprising at all. Sorry, I just really felt like I needed to talk, and I didn't want to, like, talk to anyone in particular. I just wanted to talk to my camera and talk to you guys and have this moment be documented because it's part of it. Tears are part of this journey, and fear is part of this journey. Regret and anger, it's all part of it. And I'm not going to shy away from any of that, and I'm not going to let any of the people online who make me feel bad about feeling these emotions, I'm not going to let them stop me from sharing these feelings, because this is my story, and I want to share it with you guys, because for like the first time ever, I know that I'm going to lose weight, and I know that I'm changing my life, and that my life is going to be better. I've never wanted it more. I've never wanted it more, ever. I'm just scared. I'm scared of, like, who am I outside of someone who weighs over 450 pounds? You know, who am I outside of that? I don't know. I don't know, and that's weird for me.
You're a person that's obsessed with Lego, has more earrings than the Queen, and writes really awful poetry.
Admit the guilt you've sown like a misguided basket case of poisoned sentences. RAPE, rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. My mental hygiene has been rotten and stirred.
For longer than I can remember, just been this person. Like, since I was 16, I've been over 400 pounds. And yeah, there was a moment in my early 20s where I reached 331. That was the lowest. It was just like a little tiny piece of my story. And it was because I was very unhealthy then. And it's like, the way that I would eat then was very unhealthy. And I was practically starving myself for a little bit. And I have shared that before. It's like, I can't even be proud of that moment because the way that I was doing it was so unhealthy.
So apart from the fact that we've been here many times before, and the fact that she lies constantly, another thing that really pisses me off is their weight loss problem. Now, I have started many weight loss journeys before, and not all of them amount to much. I'm not going to say that every diet I've been on has actually worked, because it hasn't. However, there have been points that I have got to. I think my largest was probably 190, and I got to that point and I was like, this is it. You either keep waking up unhappy or you change something. And they're the two options, because I was going to continue being unhappy, going into a deep depression because of how I looked and how I felt and how people treated me when I looked this way, or I was going to do something that was going to be extremely difficult for a short period of my life. And that's what you have to do. And you have to have that willpower, because if it is something that you genuinely want that much, then you're going to do it. And this is what infuriates me. And then she says about the fact that she was unhealthy for a bit. So I'm guessing whether she was skipping meals, I don't know whether it was that or whether it was something a bit worse. Obviously bulimia, anorexia type symptoms. I'm not too sure. But for myself, I'm like, this is my extreme at the moment. I'm currently doing 600 calories a day. I'm on 3 200 calorie milkshakes a day, and I'm 10 days in, and it's hard, but it's doable. And the way I look at things is, if you do want it enough, you'll do anything to get it. So all I can say for me personally is, if this doesn't happen, if this weight loss surgery doesn't happen, if she doesn't stick to the diet that she's meant to after the surgery, I'm done. I can't watch this keep happening, because she will never learn. And she actually got to the point where she had cancer, and that wasn't enough. I don't know what is going to change this girl's mind. But yeah. So basically, she finishes her video and just says, oh, it's really nice to speak to you. I might have to call this a weight loss diary. Weight loss surgery diaries or something. And yeah, she just talks about how it's really nice to speak to her friends, even though she's not actually speaking to her friends, is she really? Because if she wanted to have a conversation with her friends, she would have gone on live and she would have been able to have conversations. So what she actually wants to do is she wants to talk at us, make herself feel better, turn off the camera, and that's it. And she makes her money, and that's what she's happy with. She doesn't like anybody commenting. She doesn't want any bad comments. She just wants lots of support. But that is not what real life is like. So yeah, anyway, so she you know, talks on as she does, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie. Something I would like to show is maybe for people that have been commenting and her comments and giving support, that maybe haven't seen some of the other stuff she's done, the other stuff she's lied about. Empathetic Facts has done a fantastic video that I'm just going to take a few clips out of, just to remind people that she doesn't stick to her word and will lie to get out of things. So quite a small lie to start with. She lied that her ex-fiance bought her engagement rings. In fact, she bought her own rings, and she then tried to sell them, and Becky informed everyone that they're actually worth sod all, while she was trying to sell them for $350. She also mentioned this after her and Becky broke up, and I thought that was just a really bitchy, mean thing to do.
You guys know that when I announced my engagement, you guys saw that like I didn't seem as happy as like a normal like person would be, and I kept trying to like tell you guys, no, that's not true. Like I'm really happy. Like deep down in my gut, I wasn't happy like I should have been, and like I come on live stream a lot, and I try to like act happier than I really am sometimes, and I think that's what I did with the whole like engagement thing. Is like I was trying really hard to be like, yes, I'm happy about this, but I honestly didn't feel anything when she proposed, and it's like it's so embarrassing, but like I kind of like this is so embarrassing of it. Here's tea. You know how like when someone proposes, like you're supposed to like cry. Like I low key like tried to fake cry.
So for any newbies or anybody that thinks, oh, poor girl, she's just trying to, you know, do a weight loss journey, she's never hurt anyone. She was horrible. She's mean. She lies and she manipulates. So yeah, she's not as nice as she seems. So the next lie involved Amberlynn coming on a video and saying that her dog wasn't acting right. She was worried that Twinkie was in pain, and basically just said how it was affecting like herself, Amber. Like she wasn't worried about the dog. She was just worried that, you know, she had to worry about the dog basically. At no point did she bother to Google if there was a 24-hour vet. She just said that she'd take the dog tomorrow. Michael B. Petty was perfect in this because he completely called out the bullshit and actually Googled a 24-hour vet in the area Amber was in. And even better, Amber then filmed herself in a video going to Chili's. Michael B. Petty Googled the Chili's, and the 24-hour vet was on the same road as the Chili's. But rather than actually thinking about someone else for a change, she decided to just lie and go and eat some food with her friends and leave her dog that was in severe pain at home. So yeah, another lie which affected an animal. Awful.
Rain and petals, these drop.
One of the worst lies I think that Amber's told is definitely about a relationship that she was in when she was 18 and the person was 15. The person is now transgender, and all through this, Amber keeps dead naming her ex, and it's disgusting. Yeah, so about the 2-year mark, Amber was no longer attracted to the person, and apparently the person was violent towards them, abusive, Amber said, and would make Amber have sex with them. And went into quite a few details, which I don't really want to go into, to be honest. The reason being, Casey came online and he went over this and made it very obvious that none of this has happened. Remember, of course, that he was 15 and Amber was 18. There are many details that were given. It was a really good video. It kind of set everything straight. And yeah, just a disgusting thing for someone to lie over, to get views, to get attention, to get sympathy, just the usual things that Amber does, really. But yeah, absolutely disgusting. Proved by the fact that Amber deleted the video. She then did her lovely poem, which I played for you earlier. It was just a complete and utter mess. I can't imagine why she thought she would be able to lie about something that disgusting and get away with it. But just another bit of proof that she will do anything for attention. So that's the end of the update and a little bit of Amber history. I'm sorry if that was a bit heavier than reactions I've done previously. Tonight I just wasn't putting up with any shit, so I'm sorry if that put anyone off, but I've got to be true to how I feel, and this girl annoys me as much as I want the best for her. I hope you'll come back. I'd love to have your comments as always, and I will speak to you soon.